Hello students, welcome back to today's lesson on Unit 5, Places Where We Live. I am excited to teach you the different types of houses today. I know you only know about house and home. House and home, those are very basic, but there are different types of houses where we can use to describe the places where we live, like apartment, flat, condo, castle, and even in a city, we can use to describe the places where we live. Plus some prepositions of place where we studied that we studied in our previous lesson in, on, at. We can use all of these prepositions between, opposite, behind, next to, near, above, below to describe the places where we live. So we are going to my computer where I will show you the different types of houses. Keep watching and don't go away, okay? Thanks for joining. See you. Let's go to class now. Hello students, welcome back to Unit 5 on our lesson, Places Where We Live. In our previous lesson or in our previous episode, we studied about different types of prepositions we can use to describe or to indicate the places and types of houses we live. Do you remember? We were talking about in, on, at. Okay, different types of prepositions to describe the places where we live. So today in this episode, we want to see types of houses where we live in. And the question we have here is, where do you live? One more time, where do you live? Okay, so we want to answer this question today. Okay, I want you to remember we use the subject I, you, we, they with the verb live, right? So I, you, we, they live in. Okay, this time there is no S added to live, right? It is just L-I-V-E. So you can say I live in, you live in, we live in. So we are talking about the subject I live in, you live in, we live in, and they live in a big house, right? Okay, but let's look at this. I live in a house. Okay, this is a place where we live, right? I live in a house. You might also want to describe the house by saying a big house, a small house, a pink house, or a red house. I live in a big house. Let's see the subject, he, she, it. Okay, this time we have to add S to the word live. So it will be he, she, it lives in. One more time, he, she, it lives in. For example, he lives in Bangkok, right? Or he lives in a condo, or he lives in a big mansion. He lives in a big house. She lives in a house. It lives in a house. So don't forget, for the subject, he, she, it, we add S to the verb live, right? It's a place where we live. So he lives in, she lives in, and it lives in. So very importantly, these are the types of houses. Types of houses, number one is a house. It's a place where we live. City. A city is a place where we live. Castle. A castle is a place where we live. For example, the king. The king and his family, the princess, the queen, the prince, they live in a castle, right? Home. Home. We live in a home, right? Okay, so we live in a home. Big, small, red, pink. Okay, we live in a pink house, or you can say home. This one says condo, condo. Okay, we live in a condo. Remember, we can also talk about on the first floor, on the second floor. He lives in a tree house, right? He lives in a tree house. She lives in a houseboat, a houseboat. Okay, or an Eskimo lives in an igloo. An Eskimo lives in an igloo, right? Okay, we live in a log cabin. One more time, log cabin. Okay, it's also a type of house. And lastly, we live in a mobile home. A mobile home is a kind of house or is a type of house that can move from one place to another place. So these are the types of houses. Can we read them one more time? 1, 2, 3. House, city, castle, home, condo, treehouse, houseboat, igloo, log cabin, mobile home. That's amazing. That's very good. Now we have the question. Do you live in a big house? Okay, this is a direct yes or no question that requires you to only answer yes or no. So we call it in English direct question. So, do you live in a big house? So we can use the adjective big, we can use small, we can use pink, we can use white to describe your house. And this time, don't forget it's a question, right? And you only have to answer with yes or no. So these are the different ways we can answer the question by saying, yes, I do, or no, I don't. So one more time, do you live in a big house? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Excellent, that's amazing. Okay, now these are the types of houses, right, we live in. The first one is a house. House. Okay, House. House. Okay, we see the house, it's standing there because it is placed at a point of place, at a location. That is why we say places where we live. So this is my house, big house, small house, long house, short house. It can be a pink house, it can be a wood house, it can be a block house, right? Okay, so we call this house. So I live in a house. He lives in a house, right? That's very good. This one is called single house. One more time, single house. Okay, you can see that in this environment, the house is standing alone. There is no other house near the house, right? Many other houses are far away from the house. So we call that single house. One more time, single house. Do you live in a single house? Yes, I do. Or no, I don't. So we can also say Tom lives in a single house or John lives in a single house. That's very good. Amazing. This one is called townhouse. One more time, townhouse. Okay, we know that a town is in the city, right? So when your house is called a townhouse, it means your house is placed or it's found in the city next to other houses. Very beautiful houses, comfortable houses where people live in, right? So, townhouse. Do you live in a townhouse? Tell me, what color is your house? Do you live in a pink townhouse, in a white townhouse, or in a yellow townhouse? That's very good. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay, no, I don't live in a townhouse. So we can also say John lives in a townhouse, right? So we can also say John lives in a townhouse, right? Amazing. This one is called city. One more time, city. Okay, C-I-T-Y, city. Okay, you can see how busy the city is at night, how beautiful it looks, right? How sweet it looks, right? The lightnings, I love the lightnings in Bangkok when I go to Bangkok. So we call that city. Do you live in a city? John lives in a city. What about you? Do you live in a city or your best friend lives in a city? Okay, this is a city and it's very beautiful at night. So you can have many adjectives to describe the city, like beautiful city, big city, cute city, nice city. Okay, big city and small cities. So we can describe them that way. But this time we're talking about places where we live. I live in a big city, right? Okay, can you tell me what city do you live in? I live in Korat. I live in Nakhon Ratchasima. Okay, so it is a city, right? That's good. Tom lives in a city. Oh, here is the castle. Okay, the castle is meant for the king, the princess, the queen, and the prince. Okay, the king's family lives in a castle. One more time, castle. One more time, castle. That is very good. We can see the castle is sometimes next to or nearer the seaside or the water, right? Okay, you can also say river. It's close to the riverside. It looks so beautiful. It has beautiful walls, solid walls. The castle is very strong. It cannot fall down easily, right? So the king lives in a castle. One more time. The king lives in a castle. The princess lives in a castle. The prince lives in a castle. The prince lives in a castle. So the question is, do you live in a castle? Yes, I do. No, I don't live in a castle, right? I don't live in a castle. And here comes another type of house very popular in Thailand is condor. One more time, condor. Okay, a condor is a tall building with multiple floors, like floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, floor 4, floor 5, and we use the preposition of place on to talk about the floors, right? I live on first floor. I live on the second floor. I live on the third floor. I live on the fourth floor. Or Tom lives in a condo, right? So the question is, do you live in a condo? That is amazing. Okay, John, I don't live in a condo. It can be a beautiful condo, a tall condo, it can be a pink condo, or it can be a white condo. I don't live in a condo. And here's another type of house, log cabin. One more time, log cabin. Most of the time you will realize that log cabins are made of wood and they are always close to the forest or the bush, right? You can see trees around, you can see grasses around. So the log cabin they always love building this type of house next to nature, right? Like the grass, the trees, the flowers with wood, right? And this house is not very big. It's very small, very beautiful too, very strong and very solid. So I love log cabin. But do you live in a log cabin? Yes, I do. No, I don't. So I don't live in a log cabin. What about you? Tom lives in a log cabin. That is amazing. Clap for yourself. That's very good. Tom lives in a log cabin. And here comes another type of house, mobile house. One more time, mobile house. A mobile house simply means a house which can be transported from one place to another. This house can leave from Korat, and we can take this house to Buriram. We can take this house to Bangkok. We can take this house on a car or on a big truck to Konkan. So a mobile house simply means the house can move from one place to another, right? On a car, on a bus, or whatever might be able to carry the mobile house. So, do you live in a mobile house? And you must remember that mobile houses are not very big, right? They are very small but beautiful and solid houses. I love mobile houses because they are beautiful. But do you live in a mobile house? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Tom lives in a mobile house. Linda lives in a mobile house. I don't live in a mobile house. And here is a very common one, home. One more time, home. I live in a home. My home is big. My home is small. My home is beautiful. My home is tall. My home is red. My home is wood. My home is made of wood, or my home is made of blocks, right? Okay, normally we live in homes, right? You can also say houses. We live in a house or we live in a home. So we use the preposition at to say I am at home, right? Okay, so tell me, do you live in a home? Or do you live in a condo? Do you live in a castle? Do you live in a tree house or something? So we can say Linda lives in a home, in a big home, in the city. Or John lives in a small home in the village, right? So the home is very beautiful. This is an igloo. One more time, igloo. One more time, igloo. Okay, we can see the igloo. It looks so cute, so beautiful. So if the places are very hot, we can go inside the igloo when we feel hot to refresh our bodies, right? Okay, people who love staying in such houses are called Eskimo. One more time, Eskimo. Okay, an Eskimo loves to stay in an igloo because igloos are cold. You can see ice falling all around the igloo, right? Do you live in an igloo or do you live in a small igloo? So we can say Linda lives in a small igloo or John lives in a big igloo. Oh, the igloo is so cute. The igloo is so beautiful. I love the igloo, right? Amazing. That's very good. And this one is a tree house. One more time, tree house. The tree house is built on top of a tree on a small hill. It has been hung, it has been built up the tree for different reasons. Some people simply love nature. Some people simply love the forest. They simply love the trees. They simply love nature, right? So they build their houses on a tree. But you must understand that these houses may not be very big houses, right? May just be very small houses built on top of a tree for nature to attract people. Sometimes kids, little children can go up there and play, right? But some people think the tree house is very dangerous, right? Because it might fall down or the tree might fall down. So we have different notions. Some people like tree houses, some don't like. So do you like tree houses? Or do you live in a tree house? I don't live in a tree house. What about you? Yes, I do. No, I don't. I don't live in a tree house. That's amazing. And the next one is houseboat. Houseboat. Okay, we see the word house and boat. Put together is a place where we live. You can see that the house is being built on top of a boat. Of course, the boat sails in the sea, sails in the river, right? Or sails in an ocean. So whatever it may be, it floats on the water. So some people think that houseboats are very scary or are very dangerous places, but I think they are not. They are very comfortable houses. So we can talk about comfortable places where you can feel good when you stay there, right? So we say houseboat. Houseboats are not very big regarded to the size of the boat, right? If the boat is big, then the house may be big. If the boat is small, then the house may be small also. So do you live in a houseboat? Yeah, I do. Do you live in a houseboat? Yes, I do. No, I don't. I don't live in a houseboat. Amazing. That's very good. So we can say Tom lives in a houseboat. John lives in a houseboat. I don't live in a houseboat, right? That's very good. Let's take a look at rooms in a house. One more time, rooms in a house. Okay, what are we talking about? When we say we live in a house or we live at home, then in our houses or in our homes, there are different rooms for different reasons, for different activities, right? Let's say places where we sleep, places where we eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, places where we take a bath or a shower, or places where we just play in, right? So the first one we're talking about is dining room. One more time, dining room. Okay. Number two is living room. One more time, living room. Number three is bedroom. One more time, bedroom. That's very good. And number four is bathroom. One more time, bathroom. Good job. And number five is balcony. One more time, balcony. Good. Let's take a look at them one at a time. The first one we're looking at is bedroom. Okay, people can ask you questions like, where do you sleep? Where do you sleep? I sleep in a bedroom. My bedroom is big. My bedroom is small. My bedroom is beautiful. My bedroom is messy, right? So I sleep in a bedroom. So I sleep in a bedroom. Amazing. So who do you sleep with? I sleep with my family. I sleep with my sister. I sleep with my brother on the bed, right? In a big house, in a condo, in a castle, in an igloo, right? That's very good. Let's take a look at the next room, bathroom. One more time, bathroom. Okay, what do we do in bathrooms? We take a shower or we take a bath, right? We brush our teeth, we wash our face, we brush our hair in a bathroom. So the bathroom is big, the bathroom is small, or the bathroom is cute and beautiful. So we have different activities we can do in a bathroom. We can take a bath, take a shower, we can brush our teeth, brush our hair, and we can wash our face in a bathroom. Remember, we can talk about take a bath or take a shower, right? Okay, so some bathrooms have bath tubes and some have showers. So we take a bath or we take a shower. Let's take a look at the next room is living room. One more time, living room. One more time, living room. Okay, this is a room in our houses, places where daddy can sit and drink some coffee, daddy can sit and watch television, or daddy can sit and just watch the news on TV, right? So we say living room. So my living room is big. My living room is small. My living room is beautiful. So you can play in the living room, right? You can watch television. You can play with daddy in the living room. So tell me, do you have a big living room? Yes, I do. No, I don't. So we can say Tom has a big living room or Linda has a small living room, right? Let's take a look at the next room. We are talking about dining room. One more time, dining room. Okay, in the dining room, we simply dine, right? We simply sit on a table with our family, friends, or our friends to have breakfast, to eat lunch, to eat dinner, right? In a dining room. I have a big dining room, or I have a small dining room. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have a big dining room? Do you have a small dining room? So in the dining room, what can we see? We can see a big table. We can see a small, or we can see how many chairs around. We can see a poster or a picture on the wall. We can see some light. The table is meant for eating, right? So I eat breakfast with my family in the dining room. Tom is in the dining room. John is in the dining room, right? Let's take a look at this one. Balcony. One more time. Balcony. A balcony is an attached part of the house, maybe outside of your room, outside of your window. It is attached for different purpose. It is attached for you to stand on the balcony, to get to look around, to take a very close look of the city around you. The balcony is up there, but be careful, don't go and play on the balcony, okay? You might fall off, you might fall down and bump your head. So this is a balcony. My house has a balcony. I don't have a balcony. Tom is on the balcony. John is on the balcony, right? Okay, let me know, do you have a balcony at home? Yes, I do. No, I don't. So these are the types and different types of houses, different types of rooms in our houses, and different places where we live. So don't forget to answer the question, where do you live, right? I live in a bedroom, in a condo, and things like that. We're going to take them around one more time. Let's take them back. Okay, so we were talking about places where we live, right? Like we're talking about the rooms. The last one is balcony. Take a look at this one. Dining room. One more time. Dining room. Living room. One more time. Living room. Bathroom. One more time. Bathroom. Bedroom. One more time. Bedroom. That's very good. So these are rooms in a house, right? Dining room, living room, bedroom, bathroom, balcony. That's very good. Now we were talking about types of houses, right? This is a houseboat. One more time. Houseboat. Tree house. Tree house. Igloo. Igloo. One more time. Igloo. Good. That's very good. This is my home. One more time. Home. My big home or my small home, right? That's very good. This is a mobile house. One more time. Mobile house. That's very good. This is a log cabin. One more time. Log cabin. That's very good. This is a condor. One more time. Condor. One more time. Condor. That's very good. This is a castle. One more time. Castle. The king lives in a castle. Do you live in a castle? Yes, I do. No, I don't. We're going back. The next one is city. One more time. City. I live in a big city. I live in a small city. The city is beautiful. Good. Let's take a look at this one. Townhouse. One more time. Townhouse. I live in a townhouse. John lives in a townhouse. Do you live in a townhouse? Yes, I do. No, I don't. That's very good. Single house. One more time. Single house. The single house is standing alone in an open, spacious environment, right? Okay, I live in a single house. Single house. House. One more time. House. Okay, this is the most common place where we live, right? I live in a big house, in a pink house, in a red house, or in a small house in the city. That's very good. And don't forget, we said, do you live in a big house? You would say, yes, I do, or no, I don't, right? We're going back. These are types of houses. We talked about house, city, castle, home, condo, treehouse, houseboat, igloo, log cabin, mobile home. That's very good. He, she, it lives in a big house. So we say we add the s here because of the subject he, she, it, right? Lives in a big house. So look at the subject. I live in a small house, or I live in a house, or I live in a red house, right? Okay. I, you, we, they live in a big house. We live in a big or in a pink or in a red house, right? Take a look at this one. We're talking about places where we live. One more time. Places where we live. Again, places where we live. And don't forget the question. The question says, where do you live? One more time. Where do you live? Okay, so you can simply say, I, you, we, they live in a house, right? We live in a house. Or we can simply say, I live in a house. Or we can simply say, he lives in a condo. She lives in a city. It lives in the village, right? That's very good. Clap for yourselves. That's very good. You are a very good student. Okay, this time around, next you have to go back to your class start. There are different activities for you to do. I would like you to meet teacher Napapan, who is going to walk you through some different exercises. She's going to help you to answer some basic questions about places where we live. So don't worry, they are not difficult questions. She also have mind mapping. Mind mapping is going to help you to map out places where we live, to construct different sentences about places where we live. Thank you so much for watching. My name is John from Kuru Upatam School. So we are happy to bring to you this lesson about places where we live. I hope to see you in the next lessons or in the upcoming lessons. For now, thanks very much. I hope you have fun. Thank you and goodbye.